Welcome to Acoustic Wisdom, where we take ancient and modern wisdom and we smash it into acoustic music. So today's quote or poem is going to be coming from Rumi, who is one of the most celebrated mystics of our time. And he had done some odd 2,000 poems, and there are many books on his poetry. And I'm going to be reading one from a book that I have, and you can check this book out in the bottom of the description. And this is how the quote goes. You came suddenly and stole three things from me: the patience from my heart, the color from my face, and the sleep from my eyes. Oh, I bless the hand that no mind can conceive. So what this poem is referring to is, in Sufism, they call this himma. And himma is intense spiritual resolve. And they say that this is the most powerful thing inside of a human being, and we can kind of look at that as passion or aspiration or a longing or a desire for something. But it's not just, yeah, I want this, yeah, I want that. This is something that is nothing that we cultivate. This is something that is inside of us. It kind of turns on through some kind of inspiration, maybe. Again, as a musician, we see other musicians play, and we get super inspired, and we say, we want that, And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that have experienced this. You see somebody play, and you're like, oh, I want what that person has. I want to be able to entertain people. I want to be able to just do that. There's something magical there, and in the idea of himma, again, this is intense spiritual resolve, meaning there is nothing else that's going to stand in your way. It's like you get a bee in your bonnet and you're going for it, and nothing else is going to stop you from having that. So the same with music. There is a passion or something that happens inside of us, and we all know those people that say, oh man, I wish I could play guitar. Oh man, I wish I could play piano. Oh, I wish I could sing. It's this. They don't have that kind of passion. They just want something for free, right? And nothing comes for free. At least nothing comes from not putting in any effort. And so in terms of playing music, we need to look inside of ourselves and see where that passion is. Do we have the passion to become a master at our instrument? Or do we have passion to really work at something so we can be a campfire guitar player, maybe? Or just to kind of sit in your room and strum because you enjoy music and you enjoy playing it by yourself? Any one of those things is going to take different amounts of practice, different amounts of devotion, and you will have to decide how much you're willing to put in. And so when we talk about this passion and longing and things like that, it's always good to have a teacher. So what I want to talk about, in addition to this quote, because this is, to me, it's such a powerful thing, because where does that come from? Where does that little spark that's inside of us that says, I want to play music, I want to run a race, I want to climb a mountain or whatever, what is that drives us to do certain things? We need to listen to that, because we didn't put it there. That thing didn't arise just because we willed it to happen. It's been placed there. And to me, it's almost a crime not to follow that, because there is a something that's guiding us to do something, and we don't know what that will lead to. And if we keep saying no to that little voice or that little thing, the passion, the longing, the desire, or the hima, then we are wasting time. And we all waste time. I mean, this is human nature, I think. But we need to like really dig deep and follow that, and mature enough that when we get those feelings, that we follow them and we see where they go. And you will find that there is, in the last video I talked about the difficulties, and you find the reward behind that difficulty. You will find that through following that passion or that little feeling, that fire that's burning inside of you to do something. So I'm going to switch gears here and sort of talk about the same thing but in a different light. So we'll see in a second. So what I wanted to talk about here is when you have a passion or a desire, they can be of varying degrees, right? So those degrees will determine how much effort you're willing to put into it. But I will say that it's a really good idea to find a teacher. And you can learn from YouTube, and you can do a whole lot of things. And, I've been, like I said, been teaching a whole lot of years. And I find students bring things in that they found on the internet, and they said, hey, look at this, I want to play this song. And every single time, the music is wrong. It's just wrong. I mean, there might be 90% right, but they'll miss a chord, or the chord might not be placed over the right word if you're looking at a chord chart or something like that. So, do you want to learn how to play the song right, or you want how to play it just like everybody else is doing it, and which is wrong? And I don't think that's a good idea. I think if you're going to learn something, you're going to do it the right way and play it the way it was played. And then if you want to be an arranger and you want to change it from there, then change it. But if you're going to just learn it and say, well, that's just as good as I can do it, and that's what I found online, then, that's really not going to fly too much. And the people who know will know. They will hear that chord or something and go, that doesn't sound quite right, So also having a teacher is going to help speed up that process. So yeah, you got to invest a little bit of money, but in the end, it's going to be way worth it because it's going to take you less time. You have somebody that's going to keep pushing you and kind of kicking you in the pants to keep practicing and to keep going. And we are like the way showers of music. We've been through all of the things. We've taught hundreds and hundreds of people, and we see what people do right and what people do wrong. We see how to best teach somebody, or the best way not to teach somebody. And for me personally, I've had a lot of teachers, but I've also learned a lot on my own. And I just have that sort of way of practicing that I've done things one way and I think, well, that's just not really working out right, and then I'll fix it, and I kind of figure it out on my own. And I think the best teachers, at least all the other ones that I've met that are really good, are that way too. We're kind of like try to figure it out, and we take that into our toolbox when we teach. And so then when we show you how to do something, we show you how to do it a way that is going to be the best for you, that you won't have all these stumbling blocks. It's like going through a forest that you can't walk through, and you have people with machetes chopping everything down. Well, those guys in the front are doing all the hard work, and after they're done, you just walk right through on a path, and it's great. And this is the same thing of having a teacher. So I think if you've been contemplating whether or not to have a teacher, you should try it out. Maybe find a teacher and do something for like a month, 2 months, 3 months. Just give it some time and then see. There's no expectation that you're going to be a student for the next 5 years. Just go in and see how it works. There are plenty of teachers that teach a lot of different things. I teach a lot of different things, a lot of different styles of music. I do correspondence lessons online, so if you don't have time to do one-on-one things, this is a great way to do it. And if you'd be interested in that, I'll put the link in the description of how you can get more information and sign up for that. And so yeah, I'm not going to do any playing in this video, but I wanted to really stress how good it is to get a teacher to not only fulfill that passion and that longing that you have about music inside of you, but also to inspire you. So you might have a little bit of passion, and then you come in and you get a teacher, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to do this. So I'm going to leave you with that. And if you like this video, there's going to be a link down in the description, information on lessons. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. And until next time, we'll see you soon. So what we're talking about, at least the way that I see it, is he's talking about this big bug that's flying around my face. No,